Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, beautiful people? I want to say welcome again to another live we have going on today. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We got my man Lewis, who's back online again. Lewis, thank you for being out here again, helping out the FBA ninjas to do what they do best, which is sell on Amazon and to prep them for the Q4 season. And guys, before we get any further, we have a couple of announcements that I want to make. And number one is I want to say, if you're here live right now, I want you to go ahead and tag in the bottom of the comments and say live, okay? And also, if you're going to be tuning in, for those of you who are going to be tuning in later, hit hashtag replay, because that way we'll be able to know who's here live and who's not, and also add some engagement so that way we can see who's picking up on the lives that we're producing here in this group. Another thing too is that for those of you who are going to be in the running for the $100 giveaway that we'll be doing today, in order for you to do it or to be entered into the $100 giveaway, you have to enter live right now and go ahead and hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. So may the best ninja win. Okay, and the last winner for the $100 giveaway for my last live, I believe was Marianne Baker, or Marianne Jamie Baker, I believe was her name. It was a long name, but Marianne, congratulations on that. Your announcement was posted. Hope you got to see it. And our new winner today for the course, I'm gonna make sure I get the name right, for the $2,000 course giveaway is actually Rhonda Michelle. I'm gonna post your picture onto the comment section so everyone can see it, and I'm gonna pin it up for a little bit so that we can recognize you. For you guys to be in the runnings for the next giveaway that we do for the $2,000 course giveaway, and she won the Zon Ninja Masterclass, and that's going to be allowing her now to have all the information she needs to launch her Amazon business in full with Kevin David's, A through Z course instructions. So guys, make sure you hashtag live right now, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and give it away to Lewis and let Lewis talk about some important stuff you guys will need to know about the biggest PPC mistakes that many people do, how to save yourself hundreds of dollars, and most of all, and I know a lot of you talk about it, the coveted ACoS, how to bring that down. And we were having conversations earlier, he even mentioned how he was able to bring down people like to 50% and below, and how he was able to do that. So if you guys are tuning in, stay tuned, and afterwards we'll get questions, and I'll facilitate some of these questions so Lewis can go ahead and get to them. So Lewis, I'm gonna let you take it away, my man.
Okay, good. So as long as anybody is hearing anything that I'm saying, you click live below, you post live below so that we can follow, and it really helps us produce these information sessions for you. Because what I'm going to be doing today is just sharing as much ACoS PPC information as I possibly can in a very short space of time. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and here I'm going to share my entire screen. I'm going to share it, and I'm on Amazon, and I've typed in a search term, tennis balls, and the headline or the main banner ad is a Swiss ball, an exercise ball for yoga. Guys, a high ACoS is a message. You're being told people are clicking on your ad and not buying it. That is what high ACoS means. It means that people are not buying your product after typing in their search term, but they still click. Now, on Amazon, everybody clicks. In other words, you're not going to not click on this because maybe there's tennis balls on this listing or something like that. Okay, but this is a prime example of an ad campaign that's going to have a terrible ACoS now in Q4 when money is everything, because I'm asking for tennis balls and they're showing me a yoga ball. I can see tennis balls, tennis balls, tennis balls, and down below, these are all the organic ranking. Perfect. And down below, you come to your sponsored. What have you got? Table tennis set, table tennis paddle. Come on, guys. And then a checkered ball for a dog. Come on, guys. Don't say advertising is hard. You just have to hit the nail on the head with the keywords. Look at these terrible keywords. Look at these terrible products that are advertising for the keyword tennis ball. Okay. Now I'll show you how to kind of do it better than that. All right. So Drew, do we understand that these Swiss balls are going to have a really bad ACoS?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Right, do it.
Let's take an example. Let's take an example. I've been selling these in the past, and they are a scratch off map of the world. It was kind of last year's fidget spinner, right? It's now it's a niche that is now very, very difficult to get into because there's so many and they're all the same, right?
Exactly.
Right. But let's say you wanted to sell a product, a scratch off map of the world, and you wanted to do an ad campaign that was not going to blow up and go out of control. Okay. Then what you would do is you would come into ZonKeywords, and there's a Q4 coupon code. Q4 is coming, 50% off, guys. So Drew, can you post that in the comments below, because the guys can take advantage of 50% off?
Right. And also, guys, right below the actual video you're watching right now, I'm going to put it down there in the banner. You should see it right now. It should say I have the hand pointing to the Q4 is coming. So pay attention to that as well. I'll pin it in the post now.
Okay. Now, I built ZonKeywords, and I built it for one reason, and that's the reverse ASIN tool. It is the most powerful tool on Amazon. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the most similar product to what yours is. But guys, it has to be similar. It can't be a tennis ball to a table tennis ball. It has to be the exact same thing. Maybe you're going to have the world's most unique product and there isn't something exact, but chances are on Amazon, there's going to be someone else very, 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 very similar to what you are, right? So if I'm coming along and I'm selling a scratch off map and mine is not multicolored, it's pretty single colored, kind of this gold, I would select that one. And reverse ASIN gives me the opportunity to do kind of 2 or 3 ASINs together. So I'll look at that one and that one there, kind of those together. And I'm going to just quickly pull in those ASINs. You don't need the ASIN, you can just pull the whole URL. And I'm going to put it into my reverse ASIN. Yep. And then reverse ASIN X allows you to kind of compare yourself. You know, you could put your own product in and compare yourself to others. Or if you're just trying to get your product going, you just put in the top 4 of your competitors. So there's the first guy. Then we can take sort of the second guy. And let's take that last guy. Have I gotten confused? There was that guy.
There you go. And guys, while Lewis is doing this, I want you to take the opportunity right now to start formulating those questions. Get those brain juices flowing. And I want you to input all your questions right now in the comment section, because as you put them in, I can see them and I'll be able to interrupt Lewis here and there for him to answer the questions, especially if they're pertaining to PPC, because that's what we want to focus on. So just make sure your questions are down there. Those who are more engaged, those who are putting the hashtag live if you're watching live, and those of you who are putting hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, you guys are increasing your chances of winning the $100 giveaway. So go ahead and ask all your questions and hold nothing back.
Okay, so I'm going to analyze, and it's going to tell me the keywords that these guys are ranking for and what position they're ranking for. Your rank is that first guy, and your average competitor's rank is a combination of numbers 2, 3, and 4. So scratch map of the world. It's got a search volume of 3,300 a month, and it's ranked number 1. Travel scratch off map, it's ranked number 1. If I was selling the identical product, if I advertised the exact match keyword, scratch map of the world, chances are, if people clicked on my ad, they would buy it because it is laser specific. Okay. It might be expensive because maybe it's a very common keyword and all the sellers are bidding for it. So it might be expensive, but the ACoS is not going to be out of control like 300-400%. Okay. That happens when the keyword is not specific. So now this reverse ASIN gives you what your most similar competitors are ranked number 1 for, and number 2 and number 3. We can kind of scroll down. Now there's I don't want to say unlimited, but there's 2,000 keywords, right? So like scratchy map, world scratch off map with frame, gold map of the world. Now we're giving you so many keywords. Don't just copy them all. Look through them and take away the ones that are not specific, right? I mean, like this one here is pretty scary to me. Travel gift. I mean, wow. Like that map was ranked number 1 for travel gift. But if you put travel gift into Amazon, you're going to see all kinds of products, right? There's your map. Okay, well done, bro. Great. But like there's books and mugs, and come on, don't spend your money advertising for some term like travel gift, because the reality is people are gonna look at it and then choose something else, and the ACoS will be low, right? So to summarize, you pick the products that are most similar to you, you run the reverse ASIN and you get all their keywords, but you have to apply a human eye to it. And you can't just go with all of the keywords that, for example, even though the guy's ranking number 1 for, it's just too risky. You don't have to advertise every single one of these 2,000 keywords. Just pick the very, very best. So I would be a bit nervous of things like, I saw globe, scratch globe. I'm not entirely sure that what we've got here is a globe, and I would stay away from words like that. Okay. I'm gonna turn off my screen and I'm gonna explain one more thing with what we do. Why did the Swiss ball get shown for tennis ball? It may have been the Swiss ball seller being crazy, but it may have been that he was asking Amazon to do it using a broad or phrase match, using an auto. And Amazon is going, tennis ball, Swiss ball, they must be related. I'll show it. And that's the danger of not being in control of your own keywords. You need to control it. And that's why we follow a strategy at ZonKeywords and PageOneify, our ranking service, which uses this strategy to get your product to go to page 1. And it's called search term isolation. In other words, the only way to spend your money is on exact phrase. The actual keyword, scratch off map of the world, map scratch off. there can be thousands, but you can have a finite list of exact keywords. Now, you have to research what those keywords are, by all means. So we suggest you put a small percentage of your budget onto research, auto, phrase, broad. Go and find those funny keywords. But as soon as you make one sale, then you take it out of your research campaign. You put it as a negative into your research campaign. You say to Amazon, I have now found that keyword. Don't bring me that keyword again in my research campaign. And you put it into your performance campaign, which is specific keywords on an exact match. You can have hundreds, you can have thousands. And now you're in control of your ACoS. Because if you are bidding on an exact match and the ACoS is high, well, it's very easy. You just reduce the bid. I mean, it's not hard. You just reduce the bid. If it's so competitive that the reduced bid doesn't get you to show, it's fine, because there's probably thousands of other keywords. But if it's broad or phrase, you don't have that control, because you're saying to Amazon, kind of just add some extra words, and maybe Amazon's going to bring in a weird word. So the secret to low ACoS is made up of two parts. You start with good keywords by using a tool like Reverse ASIN-X, where you get the keywords from your best-selling competitors. You put your human eye over them and you take away the silly ones. You know, travel gift is going to be like crazy. You can't advertise for travel gift if you've got a very specific product like a map. And then you split your campaign into two. You take broad, phrase, auto, which are research, and you spend about 10% of your budget, and you say to Amazon, take my words that I already know work. You make those negative. In other words, you say to Amazon, don't bring me the keyword scratch off map. I already know scratch off map. But do broad or phrase and bring me scratch off map for classrooms. Like, that's a different keyword. Okay. And then you take your list of converting keywords. It doesn't matter how many there are. And those you can now control. And you just lower the ACoS, you lower the bid if the ACoS is high, and you can even raise the bid if the ACoS is low.
So we do have a question. Sorry, Lewis, we got a question, and it's from one of our persons. She was asking, it's not PPC related, but it's dealing with the ZonKeywords. So she was saying, I want to sell a specific item on Amazon, and how do I do the research of ZonKeywords if that product is a good idea? Well, I'll take a first crack at it. Let me show my face here so no one thinks I'm a ghost speaking. Hold on. Let's see if I can. But yeah, the first crack at it is you don't forget to catch our other lives that we've done already, because Lewis has gone through it before. But if you don't mind, go ahead and take a crack at it, Lewis.
Yep. So I'm going to just share my screen.
Go ahead.
And the other tool in ZonKeywords is something called KeywordX, which is a keyword research tool. And this is where, when you think you found a product, but remember, there's thousands of keywords that could describe that same product. So kind of don't be shy in trying multiple keywords, right? Because maybe it's scratch off map, but you get scratch off map of the USA, scratch off map of the world. And so you kind of would enter it in. So here, like scratch off world map, and it gives you quite a bit of information. So scratch off world map has got 5,000 estimated monthly searches. It's scoring 79 on our score, which means it's got medium to high search volume with a low number of competing sellers. Look at what I meant about this being last year's fidget spinner. So in Christmas 2017, it was great. Christmas 2018, it peaked because it's a beautiful gift, but it was a bit less. I would imagine that in Christmas this year, it will be a bit less again. Okay, people that are searching for scratch off world map are kind of also typing in these words like world maps, travel maps, scratch world map. And then you can see that this gives you in search order what the most popular words are related directly to that. And it shows you how closely related they are. In other words, A+, and you can scroll all the way down. You'll see thousands all the way down to C, D, E, where it'll tell you, it's not that related. But these keywords are highly related. So if you're doing keyword research, I would start here. And when you say product research, I would start here. So you'd kind of come across your product, and then it would tell you, I would look at the big boy. I would look at scratch off map of the world. It's a very high score. It's getting huge traffic, and there's not a lot of people going with those exact words, and so on our algorithm, that's showing it quite high. But just do bear in mind that it did peak and it's kind of coming down. So you're going to look at the seasonality of it. But let's see if we've got any other PPC questions.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and check to see if anybody else has any other questions, guys. Go ahead and post them down below. We're not going to stay too long in this live, so we want you to take advantage of the time that we have here. How much time do we have left, Louis?
Less than 10 minutes. So.
All right, less than 10 minutes. So let me go ahead and see if there's any other questions that are coming on, guys. Give me a sec. Again, I want to say, everyone, just go ahead and congratulate Rhonda again for winning that prize. I just really hope that, it brings her to that space that she wants to be in on Amazon. Let's see.
I had a question, which is what is a good ACoS percentage? Okay, so yeah, so let me just answer that, because somebody messaged me that this week to say what is a good percentage? Cool. Is 50% good? Is 30% good? You want to get it as low as possible. You don't want to be too low, because if you're too low, you actually are missing an opportunity, because you're missing an opportunity to make more sales. So what I do in my products is I look at each product's actual profit percentage. In other words, how much would I get in my pocket if I sell it on Amazon after the Amazon fees, after the factory costs and the shipping and storage? How much would I get as a percentage of the selling price? And on some of my products, it can be as high as 50%. On other products, it's around 30%. Okay, that is how much money I've got really to spend on advertising. Because if I spend more than that, I actually am losing money on the sale of that product. And so I try and break even, and that sets to you what your ACoS is. And so it's typically 30 or 40%.
Cool. Awesome. And also non-PPC related question. I remember someone had actually personally messaged me about was, looking to get started, right? And of course, talking about Q4, I guess she's trying to gear up. She wants to get started, and she wants to do what's a good amount, I guess, first round, I guess, of quantity of products that she should order coming from like suppliers. She's mentioned is 700, is 500. You having more experience dealing with folks who are getting started, what would you recommend to someone like that?
The first order, you're not going to make much profit from. You're not going to retire off. The first order is to test whether your product is workable, whether it resonates with people on Amazon, right? So you don't want to put your house on your first order, right? So because what happens if it doesn't sell? You need to take a long, conservative approach to this game and say, well, the first order is going to be, do I have a product that can work? Maybe in my second order, I can start making profits and establish myself, etc., etc. So in my game, the first order is the minimum that the factory would allow buying from a reasonable factory. Typically, it's like 300 or 500 units.
Awesome. So I'm glad you answered that. And see if there's any other questions now. See any more? I think somebody may have just posted on there. And guys, if you're just tuning in, put in #live so that way you're in for the running for the $100 giveaway. And
someone's asked a question that says, I don't really understand ACoS as it compares to bids. Okay. ACoS, what happens is it's an auction and you bid up to a certain amount. So you say to Amazon, for this keyword, for tennis balls, I'll bid up to your bid. That's what you're specifying in your bid. So if you say to Amazon, I'll bid up to $1, Amazon won't charge you more than $1. But if no one else is bidding and the next highest bid is 40 cents, 41 cents will get that auction, right? So what happens is it's an auction and you're bidding for it. Obviously, the higher you're bidding, the more expensive you're willing to pay to get that PPC click, and you'll get more clicks. But if the people don't buy, your ACoS will be really bad, right? Whereas if you lower your bid, you're saying, look, I'll win the auction, but I'm not going to pay more than 50 cents. You might not get so many clicks, but those that you do get will be very profitable. And you, when you're managing your own ACoS, you have to kind of walk that fine line between not getting enough clicks, raising the bids high enough to get clicks, but not spending too much to kind of blow your profit.
And I think she also followed up with the question, or he, I can't say who it is, but I followed up with that same question. It says, or more specifically, why would I stay away from a product that has an Amazon suggested bid of like $4? So now you touched on that. So. Okay.
Two very important things. It's not the product that's got the bid of $4. It's the keyword. You're not bidding on a product. You're bidding on a keyword. Okay. So maybe the word tennis balls is really, 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 really competitive. There's just millions and millions of sellers competing for the exact match tennis balls. And Amazon saying, listen, $4. If you want your ad page one, it's going to cost you $4. Maybe let some other person have the keyword tennis balls and go for a more specific keyword, maybe with less traffic, but just more specific, like tennis balls for dogs, tennis balls for children, a 3-pack tennis balls, something else along those lines. But so also after experience, I would never, ever pay $4 a click for any product. And so you kind of learn that anything around $1 is starting to get expensive, and you try to keep your bids under $1.
Awesome. And so we do have another question, and this comes from our watch live from Colton. He says, what would happen if we just go all in on PPC with a big budget with auto targeting? Will we eventually make it to the top of organic search if our feedback and listing are good?
Maybe, because you're giving it over to Amazon, and maybe you'll be lucky and maybe you won't, but you're handing it over to auto. And what happens if you're selling tennis balls and Amazon's putting your listing in front of Swiss balls on the one hand and table tennis balls on the other hand? Well, then you would be unlucky and you would blow your budget on these completely irrelevant words, right? So it is an approach to say, well, Amazon must surely know better, but we like to have control. And so control comes from figuring out what your converting keywords are and doing exact match bids for just those keywords, and then you lower the bids if the ACoS is high.
Awesome. So we got now a lot of people doing #live, and I believe one person says, got it, thanks. So we just hit about around 10 minutes. If there are no other questions, guys, we're going to wrap up. Lewis, I'm not sure if you have any parting words for everyone here on the live right now, especially with the heated Q4 and prepping, you know, for the holiday seasons that are coming up. It can make or break. So go ahead and hit them with the knowledge.
It's not too late, even for Q4. I mean, it would be a little bit late if you were still trying to get your product in. But if you had your product in, you can still rank for Q4. Advertising on Q4 actually is not that expensive because people are in such a rush to buy that they tend to click on less products. So you think during the year in your own Amazon experience, you're looking at a gift for a neighbor and you want to get like some watering can for his garden. You'll look at one, you'll look at another, you'll look at another. Okay. But when it comes Christmas time and you've got a long list and you're under time pressure, you're going to look at one or two and that's it. Okay. So you're going to bounce around less, which means people are going to click and buy kind of better. Okay. That's what's going to happen now in Q4. And if you use a ranking service like PageOneify, something like that, it doesn't take long to climb up through your ranks, and the real rush kind of starts kind of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which is in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. So there's still time to do it. But it starts with software that tells you proven what the right keywords are, because you don't have time. You don't have budget to like go and figure it out for yourself. And so use Q4 is coming. That's the 50% code. And hope you guys can smash it.
Yeah, guys, okay. Last again, if you guys just pulling in right now, put hashtag live because you're able to catch us live. If you're watching a replay, hashtag replay. This is what we're looking for when we're choosing our winners. Again, congratulations to Rhonda Michelle. We'll be reaching out to you soon. We'll have somebody from the team reaching out to you so that we can give you 100% access as you so well deserve it for being doing your due diligence and just coming on and coming onto these lives and being active and engaged and asking questions. This is what we're looking for. And tune in for next time. If you guys are, let us know if you guys get notifications for our lives, because we're doing our best to try to get the word out, right, Lewis, to try to see if we can get as many people as possible who need and want to be here, asking the questions that they need to take themselves and their businesses to the next level. So let us know how you're hearing about us. If you're getting notifications on Facebook, because we're doing our best to reach out to as many of you as possible. So that way we can get as many people here as possible to share questions you may have, or you may be a little, scared to ask, which is okay. But this is a no shy zone, and we want everybody to be as open and as friendly as possible. Anybody who acts up, we have the band hammer for them. It's ready to go. But Lewis, again, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge about the PPC. Any other questions that are coming after the live, we'll have somebody come through, maybe myself, or maybe somebody else who's going to be answering questions via text back in the comment section. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll answer all the questions that get posted.
Yep. And again, 50% discount. Q4 is coming, all caps. It's at the bottom of the video, and I already pinned it on the post. So until next time, guys, we'll see you again. Have a good one.